What's up, guys? Rotozap here, and today we are on a new character that I have not unveiled yet on the channel. It is my legendary balance, Ryan Dawn. And yeah, so we've got this brand new character here. I think it's going to be really interesting to see legendary balance in 2020. You know, balance has really been getting the short end of the stick in terms of PvP updates, because the last two updates have both nerfed 3 of their spells. So Lore Master is nowhere near as strong as it used to be. Mana Burn got really trashed, and also the Elemental and Spiritual Diffuse got hurt as well. But anyway, so here's the stats. So they're overall actually not very good, and you'll see why. So resistance is kind of low, damage is good, accuracy is just about where it needs to be, critical is armor piercing is kind of bad. As you can see, I don't have the right jewels, as well as this really horrid 83% power pip chance. But let's talk about the deck setup here. I don't have the Warlord wand on this character. I don't have a good wand at all, actually, so that's why stats are looking kind of dicey. But anyway, getting into the deck setup here, so we are still using Lore Master because, you know, what else can balance do? I guess. And we are pairing it with the Death Mastery, which is the classic way to pair legendary balance. So of course we have Doom and Glooms for our bubble change here, lots of them, because we do not want our opponent being able to heal ever, and we also don't want to be able to run out of Dooms. So you see, I mean, this is a pretty typical deck setup. Nothing. Oh, who's this? Okay, so the reason we have Hydra in here is because it's sort of a late game threat. It can set you up for a win condition very, very late in the game. Like let's just say, for example, you know, you put on your elemental blade, you put on an elemental trap. That's pretty threatening, because now your opponent's like, okay, is he going to use Spec Blast? Is he going to use Hydra? What's he going to do here? So you can kind of set it up late game, and typically if you put up elementals and elemental traps, they'll put up set ice shields, or set, you know, just 2 of the 3 schools will be set towards. But honestly, like, sometimes you only really need 1 open head to finish the job, especially because since it hits 3 times, it will take care of any tower shields as well for the first 2 hits. So if you can get like 1 good open head on your opponent, that can be enough. That can be enough. Especially because, like, if you compare the damage from Lore is so weak now, it's so sad. It's so sad. But if you compare the damage between the 2, they're actually kind of similar. So with the blade and the trap or whatever, it literally can just be the difference between 1 open head or not. But yeah, that's all I've really got to say, guys. We will get into our very first game here with this character, and we'll see, is balance still decent in 2020 at Legendary? See you guys then. Alright, so we have our very first match here going up against Rosalind Dream, who appears to have a Life Mastery and a Warlord wand. But luckily we are Death Mastery, which is like the basically direct counter to that. If I had to guess, she looks like she's a fire wizard. Yeah, she's fire. So we will throw that away. Something in the game plan here is that she is fire, so she's going to be doing a lot of damage. Putting an infection on us turn 1. That's fine. I don't really heal that often. If I have to heal, there's a problem. So yeah, we'll just put up a tower shield right now. I'm gonna keep the Doom in hand, though. We do have lots of Dooms, but ooh, nice work, Pat. But yeah, no, if she gets the bubble up, I do want to immediately respond. So that's why I'm keeping that around. But we will eliminate that. Get rid of that. We need to look for enchants, really, is what we're trying to find here. And she does put up stun blocks. I think if we can pull ourselves stun blocks too, that would be nice. Okay, we do pull a lore. That's like literally the best draw that I could have asked for. So we will just use Lore Master here. Test the waters on her resist, see what she's doing. I would imagine they're not too high, but you never know. So we do get a crit. I would expect about 1200 here. Okay, 1128. So she does have resist. If I had to guesstimate, and we'll check my guess afterward, I would say around 40. But Oh, okay, so she instantly knew what she wanted to do there. Oh, okay, so she's going to use Link. That's interesting. Not Power Link, though, keep in mind. Just regular old Link. But the problem with that is it means we can't shield for the next, like, X amount of turns. So that's a little frustrating. But what we're really just looking for here are enchants. We do have stun blocks up now, so that's nice. Taking our first turn of the overtime. We really got to pay attention to that, too, because turn-based kind of changes how overtimes are and how they work. So we got to be careful that we're not accidentally, using in overtime. Like, I don't know. We just got to make sure we're shielding at the appropriate times. She only has 2,000 health left, though. Keep in mind. So as soon as she puts up a wildfire, I'm going to be perfectly fine. Oh, what's this? Balance blade? Or no? Okay. I'm not sure about that. That's kind of a funky move. I'm not gonna lie. But we do have to shield here. Guys, overtimes are really good in this meta. I'm not gonna lie, especially for like fire, because like if I don't overtime here, I'm sorry, if I don't shield here, we take an open Ifrit, and I don't want to take an open Ifrit, so we are gonna shield. Which, again, the cool thing for her is that she doesn't necessarily have to, like, she can just tower shield this turn, and that's absolutely fine for her. We do pull ourselves another tower shield, though, so we're not in too dire straits, because I will just shield again next turn. But, oh, what's this? Okay, so it looks like she has an enfeeble pet, and she uses a weakness on us. Not really going to do anything. Okay, wow. So it looks like she has a basically identical pet to us, which is fine, I guess. I don't know. But she did put a weakness on us, so Lore Master's not going to do a whole lot. She's looking kind of scary, though. I'm not going to lie. She's got a lot of pips. I mean, we have a lot of pips, but fire is a lot more scary than balance when they have a lot of pips. So, but like I would imagine she's going to put wildfire up before attacking, but maybe not. Is this another weakness? She's stacking weaknesses on us. But why? So we'll just Lore Master here, I guess, and she's going to want to pop the Satyr pretty soon here. I will Infection her, though, next turn, I think, depending on what she does, of course. But, yeah, I mean, that's still doing 928, which is a lot. And we lost our Infallible, so that's A-okay, I guess. Not really, but we'll manage. But she is really low in health here, so I would imagine she's going to go for a heal. I didn't expect it to do that much. So, yeah, but this should only do maybe like 1,000. Yeah. She's got like very typical healing in and out for a fire. So we'll just put an infection on her. And she does heal with her school, right? Because she has power link, but it's not like in the same way that we are able to heal. So I'm not gonna need that. I think we're gonna get the minion out here because the minion's gonna do work. Because if he starts putting on weaknesses and crap, I mean, it's gonna be pretty good. She's putting on another weakness. I don't get this whole weakness stacking thing. Like I really don't. She can kill this guy with a fire elf or something next turn. I'm fine with that. I just want to get him out so that it's putting on that kind of pressure. And we do have another one as well, so if she does decide to go for the kill, which she doesn't, interestingly enough. So she's going for another link here. Ooh. Yikes. Okay, so she crits the link. But, yeah, I don't... This is weird, but she's using link, not power link. So that's why I'm like kind of confused here, because she's not using like the real deal, you know? She's just using regular old links. Yikes. Yikes. This is a yikes hand. This is a yikes play, but I really don't want to take an open Ifrit. Like, at all. Yikes. Okay, so this isn't going to be doing any damage because we don't have an infallible and it's not enchanted. Yeah, 242 damage. That sounds about right. That sounds about right for an unenchanted Link. And we do get our infallible back up. Our pet's being pretty generous today, I'm not going to lie. And we do get the elemental blades going, the elemental pierce blades. So we might be able to do a surprise Hydra. She has stun blocks on, so we're not even going to use that. Regular weakness might not be a bad idea. I find it weird our minion used that on his first turn. What is she going to do here? It can't be... Okay. Ooh. Ooh. Don't like to see Brimstone Revenant coming out. Wow. Okay. The Link is going to use that trap, and we're just going to double weakness with the minion here. I think that that's our best play overall. Yeah, because we'll use our weakness here. The minion will use his weakness, and then she'll be double weaknessed. So if she wants to keep spamming overtimes or things like that, it's going to be a little bit harder for her. We are out of range, I think, of Ifrit, and if she does decide to use it, then I can start pulling for a sacrifice. In fact, I'm going to start pulling for a sacrifice anyway, just because... Yeah, there it is. Okay. Just because she doesn't seem to really be attacking us, I guess. Or not attacking us. She doesn't really seem to care about the minion. So, because she doesn't care about the minion... Oh, okay, she's putting up... Wait, what? Oh, she's just cleansing. Okay. Not sure about that one. Ooh... Double mantle looks very tempting. However, I think I'm just going to sacrifice and cleanse the weakness and cleanse the infection at the same time. So we're going to get both of these off in the same thing here. Dang, okay. So we did get a little bit of residual heal off that. She is going straight for something. I don't know what she's going for, but she has a mantle on. Is this wildfire? Yes, sir. Okay. So now we're in an interesting spot here because... Because, like, on one hand, I feel like I want to just doom and gloom. But on the other hand... Yeah. No, we got an infection here. Because, like, I don't want to cut myself off from being able to heal. And I feel like if I do that right now, it's too early. What is this? Okay. Okay. Poor minion. Ooh. Okay. So she's going to use Sunbird to take off the weakness and do some damage here to knock him out. And honestly, like, at this point, Hydra's looking kind of good. Hydra's looking kind of good, guys. Because, actually, we might be able to win with Hydra here because, hear me out, right? So I Lore Master her. I think that puts us out of range of an Ifrit because of the weakness. So we're going to Lore Master her here. And then I think the following turn, we're actually just going to Hydra. And with the damage bubble that she has out for us, thank you very much, I think that's going to be enough to take the game here. But yeah, I mean, I feel like what she's going to want to do here is maybe Power Link or just regular Link. But yeah, no, even if she Satyrs here, she will still be in range of Hydra. But I got to start digging for a sacrifice because if she... Okay, no, she's going for a shield. Ooh. Okay. Okay. I think we win. Yeah, no, I think we've got this here. So we're just going to Hydra, and this should be the game because we've got triple Pierce Blades on with this thing too. And we crit. Of course, it hits fire first, so that's going to be the one that hits the shield. Still okay. Still doing 400 there. And 500 there. 700 there. Okay. Okay. Hydra's kind of good. So yeah, we'll take our first win there against Rosalind, and I'll see you guys in our next game. All right, guys. So we have our second match here, and no, you are not seeing things. This is very sped up. So this match took literally like 40 something minutes. I think like close to 50 minutes. And I didn't want to waste the match because I think that it's really important to see matches like this when you're up against Jades or just heal spammers, whatever you want to call them. Because this person was just a grand level life wizard with a myth mastery that didn't hit me a single time during this game. So I figure instead of doing what I normally do, I can just kind of give some commentary over the game and talk about, maybe give you guys some tips for how to deal with Jades. But yeah, no, so basically balance with Death Mastery is probably one of the best schools. I mean, Death itself is probably better, but balance with Death Mastery, anyone that can use Doom and Gloom is probably going to be your best defense against these schools. So as you can see, I'm establishing bubble control pretty early, and I'm using, like, it's really hard to know what to do against a Jade, right? Because they have so much resistance and stuff, surprisingly, at this level, that you can't, like, one-shotting them is pretty hard. But when you're up against a Jade, there is really no reason to be trying to chip them down, because they're just going to heal it back. So really, the two things that you want to maintain during a match against a Jade are bubble control and, of course, minion control. So you want to have a minion up really at all times, because that's going to be super crucial, right? Because if the minion's doing things like putting on Black Mantle, weaknessing her, it's going to prevent her from ever doing anything besides healing, which sounds annoying, right? But these kinds of players don't ever hit unless it means they have the game. So you don't want to put them in a position where they're checkmating you with like a spiny sore or whatever. So you want to keep them on the defensive for the entire game, even though it might be really, really annoying to do so. But so really, I mean, what I did in this game was just I kept my minion up as much as possible. Whenever she got a minion out, I tried to take care of it. Even though there was, like, the first time she got up a minion, I couldn't find anything to take care of it for many, 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 many turns. But it ended up working out. So I keep my minion up at all times, right? That's step one. I try to keep bubble control if I'm going to hit. It's one thing if I'm not going to hit, then I can let her keep her bubble up. It doesn't really matter. But if I'm going to be hitting, then I need to have bubble control, right? Because infection is not enough. Okay, infection's good for stopping her temporarily, and if you have an infection stacked on top of the doom and gloom, that is a really, really good way to ensure there's no way that she's going to heal, because then she has to do at least two things to get herself back to where she needs to be in order to keep healing. So yeah, but this person obviously had a lot of balance resist. They insta-logged out as soon as they lost, so I couldn't see their stats. But, based on how little my attacks were doing, I would have to assume she had anywhere between 70 to 80% resistance, which at max is even a problem because, Shrike is, but like, even, okay, I can't speak right, but at max, you have Shrike, so that's a thing. But at this level, and I don't even have good Pierce Jewels, so Infallible's like the best I got in terms of dealing with this high resist. So you notice right there, I just used my first reshuffle. She had already reshuffled, so I figured it was safe for me to as well. And I've got all my Doom and Glooms back now, because it's important, again, that we keep that bubble control up. This is why you play a lot of Doom and Gloom in your main deck, because you want to make sure that you can maintain bubble control and not have to dig into your side deck to get bubbles as often. So yeah, as long as you're maintaining bubble control against these players, it is going to be an easier time, because again, they're not going to hit. They will not hit you until they feel like they can confidently kill. So you don't really have to worry about them hitting per se, but you do have to worry about them healing, and you're just wasting your time and precious resources if you're just hitting them and letting them heal constantly. So in this second shuffle, we see that she is actually going for the minion here, which I find interesting that she didn't use the minion during the first sequence of shuffles, right? In her first deck, she never used the minion, but now that she's seeing how helpful my minion is being and how annoying it is to deal with, she is trying to not only take out my minion again, but summoning her own to help take out my minion, or at least to get rid of my shields and heal her, because, of course, the life minion is capable of healing. So I whiffed for so many turns the ability to kill this minion here, but then I finally find, I think, a wand on this turn to kill the minion. Yeah, I do. I find the wand. But yeah, no. So this is really insane, guys. I hate matches like this. They're really annoying. I find it super funny too that like she was not able to kill my minion at any point. She was able to kill like the first one, but I was able to keep the minion alive for like the rest of its time here. And of course, you see I did put a balance dispel on her because she didn't use any of the elemental blades. So I figured, I mean, maybe she just didn't pack them or something. I don't know. So I put that on the balance dispel, hoping that it would at least slow her down, because I don't pack spiritual diffuse on this guy's deck setup. So I wasn't able to do that, but balance dispel is really all I could do here. And she's still going after the minion, still unable to kill the minion. I think at this point I heal the minion. Yeah. So I take off the infection that was on me, and I heal the minion back up to full. So she's essentially at square one with this minion. He's still doing his thing, and she's been unable to kill him for the entire match. So, and her pet dude was super annoying. Like, my pet was using Infallible, so I can't really complain that much, but her pet was using Fortify like every single time that she didn't have a Fortify up, basically. And of course she was set, I think, to balance in ice and possibly fire. So that made things really hard, because I knew that like a big minion, or not a big minion, a big Hydra with all the blades that I had stacked up were probably going to be my best bet. But yeah. And then of course we see in this sequence of my next shuffle that we're dealing with right here, I'm not pulling like any sorts of doom and glooms. So it puts me in a weird spot, because I can't just do nothing, you know what I mean? Like, I've got to start setting up for a kill here, but at the same time, what am I to do, you know? Because I can't put up my doom and gloom, so there's no sense in hitting her, because she's just going to heal back to full with any hit that she does. So I kind of just have to ride it out. And of course her pet uses Fortify again. So I'm taking away her pips here. This has been sped up like 5 times. So then I finally find my first Doom and Gloom. I get rid of the last minion, because I realize, okay, there's no way that she's going to be able to kill this thing. So then I get at my Doom and Gloom. And this is where things start to take a turn. This is where I start to mount my comeback here. So I use Hydra. I use that. Yeah, it's solid. She doesn't have a lot of health left at this point, right? Doom and Gloom is up. She has 1,200 health left. I think she does have an infection on her. I can't quite tell. It's so fast. But now since we haven't been pulling Dooms the entire game, we're finally at a point where we're getting streamlined Doom and Glooms, so we can just keep that bubble pressure up for the whole time. And of course, we don't have perfect pip chance, so this is a little scary. Now, we didn't pull Doom and Gloom there, but that's okay, because she wasn't able to take off the heal, and she wasn't able to fix the Doom and Gloom. So we do have it back up again. And of course, we waste a blade, but it's not like the end of the world, because I did put up another set of elemental blades, getting ready for another Hydra. And it looks like she does put up the bubble again, so we're going to counter that immediately with Doom. And again, this is where the match starts to grind to a close here. So she heals under Doom. It does virtually nothing, but it does put her out of range of a judge, which is kind of significant, right? So we lure her again. We see that the pet is capable of healing, which is interesting that it hasn't healed up to this point. And I shuffle, okay, because we need our Doom and Glooms back in deck. So I shuffle it up, and she shuffles as well, because she has to shuffle. and I put an infection on her. So at this point, we have our infallible. The minion just used a crazy thing for 216, and we have tons of infections and doom and glooms ready to go. So we can keep this pressure on her. She does have an infection on, so if she wants to get past this and be able to heal, she's gonna have to both remove the infection that's on her and take away the bubble that we have control of currently. And it looks like she does go for a heal again to take off that infection. Doesn't do anything. We put another infection on her, and we are slowly building towards a second Hydra here to take the game. So at this point, I re-up my infallible because I realize, okay, I'm in a spot now where as long as she doesn't do anything crazy, we should have game here with Hydra. And yeah, I just need to basically wait and get my opening. So you see that she tried to use Satyr with an infection on and under Doom. Does literally nothing. But I do finish the game off here with a Hydra. And yeah, that is basically what happens. Crazy stuff for sure. And that's kind of just my tip to you guys, I guess, for dealing with these people. You got to have a game plan, and you know, when you're attacking, make sure you're attacking with intent to kill and not just hurt them. So as you can see, I used Hydra and it took down some of her health, but then I very adamantly kept that bubble up and prevented her from healing to keep her at that health. And then I finished the game off with a second Hydra. So if you guys enjoyed the video today, make sure to let me know. And I'll see you guys in my next vid. Rhoda Zap out. Peace.